Good day, everyone. So we are the group 3 and we are going to discuss the Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory. But before that, I would discuss first the objectives. So our first objectives is to provide essential information about Bronfenbrenner's theory of how a child's development is shaped by their interactions with their environment. And then the second one is to explain Bronfenbrenner's bioecological model, or the structure of environment that consists of 5 components. These are the microsystem, mesosystem, exosystem, the macrosystem, and lastly the chronosystem. So our last objective is to emphasize the relevance of the role of schools and teachers in Bronfenbrenner's theory and the child's development. Who is really Bronfenbrenner? So Yuri Bronfenbrenner is a Russian-born American psychologist who is known for the developing of the ecological system of a children or a person. So he was born on April 29, 1917 and died on September 25, 2005. So Bronfen ecological theory is also known as the bioecological system theory. So this theory suggests that an individual's development is influenced with the environmental systems. And also each layer of structure of the environment has an impact or effect to a child's development. So the bioecological is the interaction with the environment, or this is a theory of a human development. So for the structure of environment, this will be discussed for the next reporter.
Microsystem is the layer nearest to the child. It is the most basic relationship and interaction to the child. For example, child's parents, siblings, teachers, friends, peers, these are the microsystem that affect the child directly. Again, microsystem is the closest to the person and the one in which they have direct contact. In relationship and microsystem regards bidirectional influences that in this layer relationship effects happen in two directions, away from the child toward the child, which means that the child is affected by the people with whom he interacts, and in turn with these people are also affected by the child. For example, let's have an example. Alex lives in. So the first part in his microsystem is home environment. This includes his interaction with his parents and siblings. So that are the microsystem.
So mesosystem, this layer serves as the connection between the structures of a child's microsystem. So meaning, the mesosystem shows how different parts of a child's life work together. So ang pagdevelop sa bata kay dili lang sa usa ka environment but sa tanang social interactions niya between sa iyang mga peers, sa iyang mga parents, sa iyang family, especially sa iyang teachers, sa iyang mga barkada. Kaya makabarkada siya o makabarkada siya o ng buutan po siya. At in other terms, makabarkada po siya ligoy, munang maligoy po siya. By influence na siya ang kanang mesosystem.
Ecosystem is the layer of the environment that indirectly influence a person's development. Ecosystem is one five systems. In Bronfenbrenner's theory, the ecosystem include settings that person does not directly interact with, but that still impact their development. For example, changes in local education, learning environment. A parent's loose job can impact a child's home life and educational resources.
Macrosystem. This layer is found in the outermost part in the child's environment. Includes the cultural values, customs, and laws. The belief system contained in one's macrosystem permits all the interaction in in the other layers enriches the individual. Because of difference in beliefs and customs, children from different parts of the world experience different child learning practices and therefore differences in development as well.
For the fifth and final layer of Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory, this layer covers the elements of time as it relates to a child environment. That's what we call chronosystem. Do you know what is chronosystem? Chronosystem, it involves of patterns of stability and change in a child's life. It involves whether the child day is characterized by an orderly pattern or whether the child is subjected to a sudden changes in routine. In a short term, chronosystem is what we call the changes over time. Para mas masabtan nato, mo ni siya ang pagbabago sa panahon sa life sa usa ka bata, or what we call the life transition. For example, paglipat-lipat ng bahay and palipat-lipat sa eskwelahan ang masunlan sa usa ka bata. So ang bata maglisod og communicate sa laing bata or mga classmates niya. Ditungod first quarter, ibalhin sila og balay, so lahi na sa nga eskwelahan. Second quarter, lahi sad nga balay, nga gipuy-an, so lahi na sa nga eskwelahan. Third quarter, lahi na sad nga balay nga gipuy-an, so lahi na sa nga eskwelahan ang masudlan. Fourth quarter, lahi na sad nga balay nga gipuy-an, so lahi na sad nga eskwelahan ang masudlan sa usa ka bata. So ang maglisod ang bata kay tungod maglisod siya og communicate sa laing bata or mga classmates niya because new people to meet and new environment to face.
Researchers tell us that absences or lack of children's constant mutual interactions with important adults has negative development. So, this research tells us that whenever you have lack communication with your children, especially those parents, if you don't bond really together with your children, it could give you some distance to your child, like just like for example, if you are on more work, so when you interact with your child, there would be a distance or a barrier to your child because of your lack of communication. And that's what the negative development grows when you are more in your work and you don't have more time to your kid. According to the bioecological theory, if the relationships in the immediate microsystem break down, the child will not have the tools to explore other parts of his environment. Children looking for element of the affirmation that should be present in a child-parent relationship look for attention in appropriate places. So when we say microsystem, that's where a parent, friends, siblings belongs because that is the nearest part of a child. So if those microsystem breaks down, that's when a child feels that he or she is not interested anymore to explore another environment. So in that case, microsystem should have the full foundation when it comes to child, because when you have the full foundation of the microsystem, that's when a child will get interested to explore in other environment. So that's where a child will get influenced that okay, I will be exploring to other environment because my microsystem has a full foundation of it.
So, according to Bronfenbrenner's view, that school and teachers really play an important role in the life and development of children as they have the ability to teach not merely about educational matters but also moral values that can contribute to their growth. Nonetheless, the role of teachers isn't only about being a teacher, but also like a parent, because they have the ability to make a positive and supportive classroom environment wherein students can openly and comfortably express themselves, especially if they have problems at home. Just for instance, when a student doesn't have a good relationship with his or her parents in which he or she lacks support and love from them, in that case, it might affect him or her negatively in terms of his or her mental health and such aspects. Thus, Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory implies how important for teachers to be aware of the environment, experiences, and needs of the child to better understand why they behave like that. Hence, it will make them a great teacher that encourages the students and make them feel valuable and considered, which contributes to their positive growth.